Chapter 44. Unfold the Shaykh's prayer mat in his absence. The intelligent disciple succeeds in bringing down the realities of the spiritual realm into the sensorial realm, the malakut into the mulk. He has understood the importance of this elevated triangle, which is the realized Shaykh, to the point of using this form in all aspects of his life. He sees every place where the Shaykh sits as a sajada, a place of prostration. The fuqara, the disciples, must gather in an arc around the sajada. When the Shaykh is about to stand up, the disciples must not change position. They must remain in the same position and oriented towards this location, because the light remains there despite the physical movement of the Shaykh. The disciples who have remained in this state of presence will plunge into the center to return. This is like the vision where you see arcs of light concentrating in the central point. This center is the authentic Shaykh. This light is his soul, which he gives to his disciple. In the absence of the Shaykh, the disciples must reform this arc of the circle to learn how to bring down the esoteric realities of the malakut towards the mulk. They must remain in this place of remembrance by maintaining a state of presence through the practice of dhikr or service, khidmah, for the zawiyah. If you wish to entertain yourself or remain in ghafla and heedlessness, then leave this luminous place which is not made for you. In the zawiyah, disciples should not talk too much or laugh too much. This is not the appropriate place. On the contrary, they should constantly sanctify this place, whether in the presence of the Shaykh or in his absence. If you apply this adab, you will taste the depth of your dhikr. God says, "And obey God and his messenger, and do not quarrel among yourselves, lest you falter and your good fortune depart, and be patient. Truly, God is with the patient." When the Shaykh is absent and he appoints a representative for the zawiyah, it is up to the latter to practice the dhikr, the wird, the reminders, and the Shaykh's lessons. One could even consider that he can sit in the Shaykh's place, but it is of course preferable for him not to do so. The Shaykh can also ask certain disciples to lead the wird, even if they do not practice it correctly. It may also be that the one who preceded you in the tariqah is asked to explain a subject. You must follow him without debate and obey the disciples appointed by the Shaykh without arguing, because this argument is often the consequence of your jealousy, your envy, and it could be the cause of the loss of your secrets and your light. Shaykh Dhunnun al-Misri said, "I have seen certain characteristics in people, but in the fuqara, I have perceived envy." This is a reality. The disciples have a propensity to envy one another because they are busy with creation instead of being busy with God. The lover must love God and perceive Him in everything, whether small or great, good or bad. If you act like this, how can you still envy anyone? Indeed, if you immerse yourself in this state, you will love everything, including your own enemy. It is in this sense that Shaykh Buzidi says, Allah, Allah, Allah responds to the evil done to you with good, and then your enemy will do you good. He also gives us many examples likely to give rise to envy and jealousy in the hearts of his brothers. For example, he tells us that his Shaykh, Al-Karkari, placed envy and violence in the hearts of the disciples by writing in one of his letters, "Mohamed ibn Ahmad al-Buzidi is our Khalifa, our representative in this life and after our death." He also tells us, "My Shaykh would make me sit on his prayer mat, and he would often bring me forward to become the Imam of prayer. He would often come to me in a secluded place to remind me of spiritual realities. When he saw something in me that was not in conformity, he would correct me by saying, 'The great only needs the great.' He would also say to me, 'I have no doubt about the spiritual taste that you possess, and you are with us, above what one might think.' Shaykh Darkawi also said to him, 'If someone comes to you to remember God, then allow him that, and if he runs away from you, abandon him.' Another day, while Sidi Muhammad Buzidi was in khulwa in the company of several disciples, his Shaykh entered the room and said to him, 'By God, the one without partner, Shaykh Abu Abbas al-Mursi and Ahmad Zarruq can reach you.' Shaykh Buzidi also relates that during a meeting in Fez, And when he could hardly see anything, Shaykh Darkawi entered and said in front of all the disciples, "Whoever wishes to see the face of Sayyidina Adam, let him contemplate the face of Buzidi." By hearing these words repeatedly, the disciple might see pride and superiority arise in his heart. This is what Shaykh Buzidi tells us. He sometimes saw the disciples as weak and inferior to him. That is when Shaykh Darkawi corrected him. He revealed this inner reality hidden within him, and it emerged from his heart. This desire is present in the path of God, and as it existed in the Darqawiyya, it is found just as much in the Karkariya, which is its continuation. Indeed, Shaykh Darqawi transmitted the prophetic inheritance to his disciple Shaykh Abu Yaza al-Mahaji, who transmitted it to Mulay al-Basha, who transmitted it to Shaykh Ibn Aqdur al-Wakili al-Karkari, who transmitted it to Shaykh Buzidi al-Mustaghanami, who transmitted it to Shaykh al-Alawi, who transmitted it to Mulay Tahir, who transmitted it to Mulay al-Hasan, who transmitted it to us. Those who oppose the authentic Shaykh or the Tariqa Karkariya are doing nothing but revealing their inner truth. They are doing nothing but expressing the misguidance of their nafs. This is what Shaykh Darkawi said when speaking of Shaykh Buzidi. By God, no one speaks ill of Muhammad ibn Ahmad without him being a wrongdoer, a hypocrite, and an envious person caught up in his nafs. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد.